Hi Aquarius, Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers as well as broadcaster of astrology. First, I'd like to thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I will be sharing valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the month's upcoming challenges, look forward to its blessings, and take advantage of its opportunities. If you'd like to learn more about Enchantress, the author, you can hit the down bar. All of the links are below, as well as the links to the Healing Chakra beads and the link to Mental Chatter Musings monthly newsletter, which includes the written horoscopes, as well as literary tips and resources. Our author spotlight of the month, who happens to be Triple Play Kate McCoy. I implore you to check out the author spotlight section of the newsletter and see what she has in store for you. Now, for the first time ever, there is a special sneak peek into my new novel, Rural Route 8, which will be releasing at the first quarter of next year. Check it out, guys. I implore you. Please, please, please do that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 70% of the people that watch are not subscribed. So I would love for you to subscribe so that we can help me grow and get this information out to others. Let's get started with why we're here, to go over your month of December, Aquarius. The planet of revolution, shocks, and surprises is in Taurus, okay? This is your ruler, Uranus, okay? Now, the earth sign of Uranus reigns over our money, our values, our resources. These areas of our lives are experiencing a drastic evolution, okay? Now, once Saturn and Jupiter move into your sign, it will be squaring this Uranus transit, okay? So it'll cause friction in the areas of self for you, as well as friends and high hopes. But that being said, with Jupiter there as well, it will force you to make changes in those areas of self, as well as friends and high hopes. And in the end, you will have grown exponentially by the end of 2021, okay? Even though Jupiter and Saturn will still be there after that a little bit. But you still will have grown exponentially by the end of the year, okay? Big changes will have surfaced in those areas for you. Now, and Taurus is the area as well for you is home and family, okay? So let me make sure I go down to and make sure I'm on the right chart. Yeah, that's your area of home and family. So let me get in the right place really quick so we don't make any mistakes, okay? Anyway, so basically with that aspecting, with Taurus being your area of home and family, you can expect huge changes there, okay, throughout the year. Now, the sun is in Sagittarius. We talked about the sun being in Sagittarius before, okay? It entered Sagittarius on the, oh, you know what I want to note as well? I'm sorry. The planet of revolution, shocks, and surprises, Uranus, it's retrograde right now. So any shocks and surprises you are receiving are going to be from the past, okay? It'll go direct on January the 18th at 6 degrees Taurus in your area of home and family. And that's when you'll get new shocks and surprises, okay? Now, as far as the sun, it's in Sagittarius, okay? It's Sagittarius season right now. It entered on November the 21st, and that position speaks as to a decline in career opportunities due to a lack of drive or simply following the bad advice of friends. Stay on task, Aquarius. This sun squares Neptune and Pisces, causing you to focus much energy in the area of creativity as well as personal finances, okay? Now, some illusions as to lower vibrational tendencies can be recognized now. Watch your spending on vices, okay? Be sure that you're not, and vices can be anything from drugs to food to alcohol to gambling to anything, whatever your vice is, okay? Now, be sure you're not projecting your insecurities as well onto your friends, and don't allow people to do that to you either. It's not fair. Now, hopefully you're ready to come to terms with whatever's being brought to your attention. Shocking self-realizations can happen with Uranus and Taurus, okay? Especially as far as it pertains to your home and family, because Taurus is your area of home and family, okay? Now, other obstacles can surface in your sector of shared finances, endings, death, rebirth. These are fated events, okay? The things that will happen, obstacles that will happen in those areas. They are meant to happen. Now, once Mercury comes over, that's when communication comes into play. But with the sun there, anyway, it's still focusing on your area of friends and high hopes for the main part. You know, Sagittarius, that's what it focuses on, your area of friends and high hopes. Now, favor comes into your sectors of communication, siblings, short distance travel, as well as relationships. Once Saturn comes to your sign in the middle of the month, there can be some restriction as it pertains to your relationships. 2 days later, though, Jupiter will join your sign and things will ease then, okay? I'll talk more about that later. Now, the opportunities that will surface during Sagittarius season pertain to long distance travel, or as far as people at a distance, giving you opportunities. Your education, your skills, you have the opportunity to build your skills to gain opportunity. The way you think, the things you preach, you have opportunities to work on that because you need to be working on self right now, okay? This is an opportunity to state your piece, to brush up your skills, to travel, even with COVID restrictions. All I've discussed in this transit is a focus, okay? Now, once Mercury comes in, that's when skills are put into play. That's when conversations happen. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, skills, sales, it's going to come over to Sagittarius, your sector of friends and high hopes, on the 1st of December, okay, which has already happened. This degree speaks as to staying on task, using the skills you harbor to propel yourself in life. But taking stock in ill-advised communication can be disastrous to career. Reversal of success can come about if you choose to slack off. Keep going, Aquarius, okay? You have the skills and intellect to accomplish the goals you aspire to accomplish. It squares Neptune and Pisces, though, so bad advice could have to do that's coming into you could have to do with a creative endeavor or a job. So careful not to succumb to others' illusions or delusions because they will be expressing them now. Everything laid out before in the previous transit, the sun transit that I just talked about, applies here, okay? Now let's move along to Venus. Venus enters your sector of friends and high hopes at 0 degrees on December the 15th. Okay? Venus is going to pour love into that sector. Some of you may find yourself attracted to a friend, or a friend could be attracted to you, or a friend could be hooking you up with a love connection. Careful of immersing yourself in infidelity, though. A child could come of it. So if you're not single, then don't mingle. If you want to build your finances, take advantage of the opportunities coming your way. If you let them pass you by, they may never return like this. Opportunities to surface in your area of self, as well as long distance travel, your education, your skill level, and the way you think and the things that you preach. You have opportunities to have abundance there, okay? To gain finances because of it. Updating your skills to gain more finances. Changing the way you think to gain more finances, okay? Now, favored are your sectors of communication, siblings, community, your network of people, short distance travel, as well as relationships. This is wonderful, especially since Saturn will be transiting your sign for a couple of days. So that's good that you'll have that good communication and things like that, and favor coming into those areas. Okay, so let's move along. Now, Charon, the wounded healer, it goes direct at, and I want to say with that, you may get a gift during short distance travel. You may get good news or communication during short distance travel as it pertains to a sibling as well. They might be delivering it to you or somebody you see as a sibling. Communication within people in your networks giving you good news and things like that as far as your abundance or something like that. Okay. Now let's move along to Charon, the wounded healer. It goes direct in Aries at 4 degrees on December the 15th. This is the same day that Venus just went over into Sagittarius, your sector of friends and high hopes. They trine each other, they're sister signs. So that's bringing blessings of healing to your area of friends and high hopes, okay? In addition to that, that's bringing blessings to your area of communication, siblings, short distance travel. Your networks of people. Now you can heal things in those areas. I know it's, now's the time to heal the struggle. Okay. If you have been, are at odds with a friend, or if you are at odds with a sibling, someone within your network of people that you communicate with, now's the time that you can heal that on December the 15th and on. Okay. You can go ahead and try to put in that healing. Before then, not so much. Okay. So this speaks as to receiving the rewards you deserve for the hard work and dedication, even the tenacity you've shown. This is playing out in your sector of communication, siblings, community, as well as short distance travel. The universe is really backing you up, with this healing. Challenges you faced as it pertains to secret, sacrifice, and solitude will be aspected with healing now. So will your sector of work, health, daily routines, where you are of service to people, what you will and won't do. Okay. So those those sectors will be aspected with healing now. So you can work on that healing in those sectors. Okay. It's time to work through obstacles in work. It's time to work through obstacles in health. It's time to work through obstacles in your daily routine. If you know something is not working for you within your daily routines, you need to stop it. Like if you get up every morning and have that Red Bull and it's messing with your heart or your, things like that, you got to stop it. Start that exercise regimen or diet. Okay. Stop the negative self-talk. I know that Saturn is coming into your sign, so it's going to bring restrictions to you and things like that. But Jupiter's coming over as well. Stay within positive thoughts. This is the time you are going to be evolving within self. Okay. It could be shocking, but hey, you can do it no matter what age you are. Now, the sacrifices you've made provide healing in certain sectors. Okay. Especially with that negative self-talk. There will be opportunities as far as romance, creativity, and children. It's an area you already trying, so you usually have good favor as far as that area, romance, creativity, and children. There's no lack for people wanting to be with you. The North Node is here. These opportunities can help you forge towards your highest aspirations. Okay. Now let's move along to Saturn, which is really big. I want to talk to you about. This is the planet of restrictions, responsibility, and karma. It's going to move over into your sign. Okay. On the 17th at 0 degrees. Okay. This is yourself. This is your image. This is your appearance. This is first impressions, how you feel about yourself. Okay. And that's actually aspecting Uranus and Taurus, your self-worth, as far as home and family, things like that. This speaks as to being successful while exerting independence and courage. Remember, sudden success can be lost as quickly as it is obtained, so act in your integrity. This position is great for artists, writers, military. I touched on this transit previously, okay? Now, this brings restrictions and increased responsibility on you. It's squaring your areas of home and family with shocks and surprises. Something might pop up, a bill that you have to pay. Something might even pop up with within self, as far as responsibilities you have with your family, within family, as well as within career. Now, luckily, Jupiter is here. So in a couple of days, it'll create some ease, okay? Maybe even save the day. Maybe that's when some good news comes in to help out. Even events that take place in Virgo, your sector of death, endings, rebirth, shared finances, things like that, they're fated. Okay, so events that take place there are fated. I notice I don't have that there. Okay, there we go. These first couple of days with only Saturn in your sign could create tension as it pertains to Virgo, as it pertains to endings, as it pertains to shared finances, as it pertains to a rebirth of self. Someone may be very critical of you, okay? Or you might be getting some critical news about you, or going through a test or something around that time where you have to face criticism, okay? And then maybe Jupiter comes in on the 19th, and that's when the news comes in, and you passed, or you won, or you got the money to pay for whatever messed up in home and family, or whatever the case may be. Okay, Jupiter, the benefic, comes in to help 2 days later. So on the 17th and 18th, you already know what you're going to be dealing with. Those restraints in those certain areas you're going to be dealing with, because I just told you about it. Okay. The ease comes in a couple of days later. Okay. This position, like I said, is great for artists and writers and military. It pours luck and expansion over everything I just talked about as far as Saturn. Okay. So it'll cool things down. Now let's move along to Mercury. It's going to move back to Mercury when it moves into Capricorn, because Capricorn season is going to be this month as well. It starts on the 21st, but on the 20th, Mercury is going to come over early to get stuff started. The communication is coming over. Now it enters Capricorn, your area of secret, sacrifice, and solitude, at 0 degrees on December the 20th. Okay. So this is an area of secrets, an area, where you might be keeping secrets. Someone might be keeping secrets from you, of sacrifice, where you have to sacrifice where sacrifices are communicated to you. Okay. Solitude, privacy, where you, maybe you are communicating your private details. Maybe you have to go in to take some solitude so that you can brush up your skills and things like that. But you can see both sides of the coin now, which will allow you to make the right decision. If you choose to do both, so be it. You can handle two things at once, Aquarius. Okay, now is the time secrets can be revealed. It's advisable to take time to self-reflect so that you have a clear understanding, especially where communication, siblings, short distance travel, your network of people are concerned. Okay, you could run into some snags due to a communication mishap. Mind your words as well as your manners. You could be the butt of gossip. If not, try to avoid it altogether. Okay, please, Aquarius. Long distance travel, education, study, skills, the way you think, the things you preach is another sector of yours that may see obstacles. Okay, so make sure your vehicles are right. Make sure you have an oil change. Make sure your tires are checked. Make sure you have your tags right. Make sure you're watching communication with the siblings. Make sure you're using the talents you have to grow yourself. Okay, put effort into yourself and the things that you want to achieve or accomplish or see done. When traveling, clear all travel plans definitely before you go jumping into it. Make sure everything is in order, because a trip could be postponed or see little obstacles. Other priorities may get in the way. Focus on bettering your skills, though, and your school obligations, your school or skill level. Luckily, you tried that area, so issues should be minimal, if any, as far as your work and your skills, because you've got this. Now, you see favor in communication as to your home and family. You could something could come as a surprise. Someone in the family could have great news to tell you, or maybe it's you that has surprising news to reveal to the family. Also, you could see favor in shared finances. An ending of something could bring a rebirth in another area. Opportunities surface in your area of personal finances, as well as your area of friends and high hopes. A friend could communicate a job opportunity, or connect you with a valuable resource that builds your skill set. When the sun moves into Capricorn the next day, all of these things I explained will be a focus, okay? the opportunities, the favors, and the snags. Okay, you can expect definitely challenges to yourself and your relationships to be highlighted. Okay, at the same time, endings can bring you opportunities and shared finances. The death of something, like I said, can bring a rebirth in another area. And shocking surprises as to good fortune can be seen because of an aspect to Uranus during Capricorn season. Okay. Now, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be conjunct in your sign. They're going to be less than 10 degrees apart on December the 21st because Jupiter, they're both going to be at 0 degrees. Now, hopefully, you put in the work to receive the blessings that await you. Karma, of course, is highlighted. This would be a direct blessing of luck to you where you previously had restraints or increased responsibility. It's aspecting your area of shared finances, endings, and rebirth. Fated events can occur during this conjunction, okay? It's at opposition to your area of relationships. So things that happen in relationships could be fated for you. That area squares home, roots, family, and relationships. So that means you're going to see fated obstacles in relationships as it pertains to home and family and roots. Shocking things can happen then. With Jupiter here, let's hope it's all good. Okay, that's the big lucky boom. I have to mention that family could be expanding also, or pregnancy could be happening. In your sector of work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to people, you can also see fated events under the influence of this planet. Got it? Now, let's move along to Neptune. Neptune, the planet of fantasy, inspiration, dreams, even illusions, remains direct in Pisces. This angle lends a squared aspect to your area of communication as well as long-distance travel, education, skills, studies, the way you think, the things you preach, okay? Challenges can surface in these areas, okay? Your area of personal finances aspects your area of shared finances. So, fated events occur as to your money while Neptune is direct in Pisces. Obstacles to creativity, dreams, illusions, even delusions of thought can happen in your area of romance, creativity, and children. Okay, so don't suffer any delusions as to romances and things like that. Be realistic about your finances as it pertains to spending on a lover or children or creative endeavors. Friends and or high hopes might cause some friction to your finances or resources. So don't let your friends get you all excited about stuff and have you spending all your money up. Favor comes into your sector, let's go out and go drink and have fun. Let's go to the casino. Let's go, to the bar, wherever, spending all your money up. Favor comes into your sector of career as well as work, health, daily routines, as well as where you are of service to people. Just be reasonable, okay? All should go good here. Healings and closure can bring you favor, okay? Now, shocking opportunities to work on your personal finances and or resources come into your sector of home and family, okay? Also, your area of secret sacrifice and solitude sees chance. You could find some money as it pertains to even creativity, or you might have an opportunity and have money, but there might be some illusions or delusions as to what you want to spend it on. So you want to watch that. Sacrifices you've made could open up other avenues also to gather resources. Mars, the planet of energy and challenges. Now we're talking about energy and challenges. It remains in Aries, your area of communication, siblings, community, short distance travel. There is a square aspect to your area of work, health, daily habits and routines, and where you're of service to people. You have to put extra effort there in the areas of work. So you might be working harder. You working every extra hours. Your health, you have to put more effort into your health. You're probably slacking off because it's Christmas time. You're overindulging. in daily habits or routines. You're overindulging in your daily habits or your routines. You want to look at that, okay? Because obstacles can surface in those areas, as well as your areas of secret sacrifice and solitude. People could be gossiping about you. You could have sacrifices that you're making, and you're going through obstacles to make those sacrifices, or while trying to make those sacrifices. Put extra effort there and things will work out. You may need to take some alone time to process matters in your sphere. Don't be afraid to take a long time and some solitude to yourself. Privacy can be hard to come by, but you have to take that time to try and get that. Siblings could also be rubbing you the wrong way, okay, with this Mars transit. Now, the hard work done in your areas of friends and high hopes, as well as relationships, could see favor. This should cool matters with siblings. Okay, you could still see shocks and surprises in relationships, though. Opportunities to work on challenges may surface in your area of romance, creativity, and children, as well as self, first impressions, image, and attitude. So you have the opportunity to work on self, first impressions with people, your image, your attitude. You have opportunities to work on romance. You have opportunities of romance coming into you. You know, people might, want to jump on the Aquarius train. Okay. You have opportunities to work on creativity. Now, let's move along to the moons. Okay. Now, the first moon I want to go over is the new moon on December the 14th. It's a total solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, your area of friends and high hopes. I don't know why I have friends and family there. It's friends and high hopes. At 23 degrees. It lasts for 6 months, okay, the energies of a eclipse. You may feel withdrawn or pessimistic on this day. If projects aren't working out, if friends or loved ones are letting you down, try to release some steam, exercise, do something that makes you feel energized and productive, because the mind, an idle mind can cause problems. Try not to argue during this moon cycle. Your mental health is important, so be mindful of nurturing yourself. You are worth it, Aquarius. This moon squares Neptune and Pisces. Again, watch out for your mental health. We could be facing illusions and delusions, bad dreams tainting our reality around this moon. The energies, like I said, last for 6 months. Be honest with yourself about personal finances before spending on something that's unnecessary. Give a little to the needy, though. Okay. In order to combat the negative effects of Saturn, you can give water and food to the needy. Don't tell anybody, though, that you did it. Now, during this time, this moon cycle time, Jupiter and Saturn is going to come into your sign. We talked about this on the 17th and then on the 19th. It's going to affect Sagittarius with a sextile. So maybe a friend comes through to help with whatever trials you're facing. Okay. There is a trine to Mars and Aries. So the strength to handle whatever's going on with you is within you. Okay. If not, there's a blessing waiting to help you through it. So don't give up, Aquarius. Communication, siblings, community, short distance travel, and where you are of service to people will see favor. Okay. So in the end, a sibling could be a blessing to you this moon cycle. Okay. Though for those 2 weeks from the 14th to 2 weeks after. Okay. Make sure you use that 15th to create the healing should you need to. And then you can soothe things with siblings. Moving along to the last moon. The full moon in Cancer is in your area of work, health, and daily habits. Okay. Now, even where you are of service to people, it's on December the 29th. It's at 8 degrees. This degree speaks as to patience and humility, bringing you closer to your objective. People notice your efforts and they appreciate them. They are not in vain. Just be careful when working with weapons or tools. Work carefully and consciously to avoid accidents this moon. It sextiles Uranus and Taurus, bringing shocking opportunities to build in your area of personal resources through home and family. Another opportunity surfaces in your sector of shared finances, endings, and rebirth. Fated events can happen under this moon cycle. Something you started the last moon cycle 2 weeks ago is illuminated now. Okay, around the 29th. A square aspect to Mars and Aries can cause friction in the area of communication, siblings, as well as short distance travel. An obstacle you created could be coming to a head this moon cycle. Long distance travel, education, your skills, your study, as well as the way you think and preach could see friction under this moon cycle, so watch your mouth. The trine aspect to Neptune and Pisces, and no backbiting and undercutting and hitting people with underhanded little sneaky blows, okay? Don't do it because it messes with your karma, okay? I assure you. The trine aspect to Neptune and Pisces brings blessings in the area of creativity, fantasy, dreams, even inspiration. You may come up with a brilliant idea. A creative endeavor you've been working on could also see blessings, Aquarius. In addition to that, your personal finances as well as career also see favor during this moon cycle. Please subscribe to the channel. 70% of the people that watch are not subscribed. It really would help the channel grow. I love you guys. I want to thank you for being here with me. I hope I'm here next month for the videos. I'm very bogged down, so the newsletter will always be done, but I will try to do videos again next month. I love you, Aquarius. Stay strong. Work on yourself. This next year coming up is all about self. You working on self. By the end of the year, you will look back and say, wow, look at what I have created. Look at who I have become. Now I'm ready to forge forward and make more. Okay? Bye, guys. See you soon.